and relax on the track, boy.
Yeah. Are we looking? Audio visual coming in good. Let me know, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. The chat's already coming in, man. Let's talk already. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Audio visual coming in for y'all.
Chill and relax.
All right, man. We here. We here, man. We here live and full effect, man. Appreciate y'all all for coming in today. Appreciate y'all all for being here, man. Shout out, shout out. See the comments already loading up. Man, the first ever passport bro to get married, y'all. Y'all heard that right, man. Y'all heard that right. I've been hearing a lot of things, man. I've been hearing a lot of things. All right. And shout out to everybody that hit the super chat. Shout out to everybody that already hit the Cash App. Cash App is a $ traveltriberaw if y'all want to show some support. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, man. So as you guys can see on your screen right now, let's go ahead and take that down real quick. As y'all can see on your screen right now, right? Make sure I'm in the frame good. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm looking good first, too, before we really jump into this. So apparently Auston Hollerman is getting married, man. And, you know, I heard a lot of concerning things as it pertains to, you know, Auston Hollerman's wife. I'm just going to keep it a bean, right? We're here to keep it on real, right? You know, I've heard a lot of concerning things. Now, does this mean that this stuff that I'm hearing is true? Hell no, because we know this is the internet. And 90% of the ish here isn't true. But at the same time, I've been hearing some things. Oh, she using him for his money. I got proof. She trying to get a green card, all this stuff, you know, because her family, something like that. You know, somebody else told me, oh, you know, she German, you know, or she's what did they say she was? She like white or something like that. Is she really not even, you know, a real black woman? And all the African women he around, why did he choose a German? You know, there's been some messages I've been getting y'all concerning brother Auston Hollerman, man. And you know, we cool. You feel me? I mean, I ain't got no issue with Auston. I don't think Auston got no issue with me. But at the same time, we do need to talk about some things. Now, before we get started, I just want to say shout out to all the platforms I be streaming on now, TikTok, Twitch, and all the other platforms that have welcomed me there. Shout out to all y'all, you know, and feel free to call in at any time too. Let me go ahead and drop the link so y'all can call in if y'all feel so compelled to do so, okay? If there's anything y'all want to talk about regarding the topic. So yeah, you know, and as you guys can see right here, let me show y'all something real fast. Okay. As y'all can see on your screen right here, this is my clips channel, okay? This is my brand new clips channel. All right, y'all. Shout out to the real ones who supporting and assisting when it comes to my clips. And yeah, go ahead and check that stuff out, man. If you guys don't want to watch these long live streams, you guys can definitely check out the clips channel. Okay. So I just wanted to plug that in right there. We have some big content coming this year. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to keep it like that. We got some big content coming this year. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to want to check out this clips channel, and I'm just going to leave the rest, to when that big content comes out. Shout out to the Mr. Show. He says, Passport Bros live on. Yes, sir. Most definitely. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Show some support, like I said, by hitting the Cash App, $traveltriberaw, super chat in if you want your comments read first. Patreon.com/traveltriberaw. You guys can get access. What the hell is that? Access. And you guys can get access to all my exclusive content. You guys can see me with the ladies doing my bedroom podcast. You guys can see me traveling to different countries. A lot of Patreon content coming this year. So just be prepared. I would get in now if I was you, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a social media, influencer, as they call them, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and just talk about what's going on so far, right? Now, as you guys can see on your screen, right? Auston Hollerman, it looked like he found himself a joint. Now, I thought all Passport Bros was simps traveling, to trick off. Number one, I thought Passport Bros was guys that couldn't pull women and guys that got to trick off and guys that are not looking to get married. Am I tripping? I thought Passport Bros was losers and dudes that, I thought everybody that's traveling, black men, I thought we was all just losers. White men, Asian men, Indian men, they community never called them losers for traveling, trying to find more feminine women. But for some reason with the black people traveling, they say, oh, they tricks, all types of stuff. Recently, we reacted to Tariq Nasheed. He said something similar. He said a lot of them Passport Bros, they be tricking. But the alleged Passport Bro general, Auston Hollerman, apparently he is getting married. So we're going to react to some of Auston Hollerman's videos, right, with his newfound boo. I don't even know if they really get married or not. I've just heard because people have been telling me, oh, he's saying this is his wife, check it out. People be sending me content from all different content creators. But, I know Auston. So, I thought this would be good to do a reaction, just to see if his woman is really wifey material. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, we are not marrying this woman. This is not one of our women. So we have to keep in mind that even though we might feel some type of way, if we even feel some type of way, I'm sure she's an angel, but let's say we feel some type of way about something that she said or some of her actions, then I want us to keep in mind too that this ain't our woman. If this makes Auston happy, that's all that really matters. Happiness is a virtue. It's very hard to come across happiness, especially when you're a foundational Black American or just a Black man from America. So let's keep that in mind as we react. This is a call-in show, so you guys have the link inside the comment area of this video. And without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get to these reactions. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these reactions out. So let me go to Auston's channel real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm about to go to Auston's channel. Hey, how y'all been, man? Talk to me real quick. How y'all been? Shout out to Calvin. Shout out to Winston. Everybody that hit the super chat and the Cash App. Get to Auston Hollerman channel real quick. I ain't gonna lie, that really sucks. I typed up Auston Hollerman and Floyd came up immediately. Damn. That really sucks being associated. And this is why I say, guys, y'all got to pick y'all peoples, especially when you're traveling, man. Y'all got to pick y'all peoples to be around, Yeah, man. Y'all don't see I don't be hanging out with too many of these people, man. Because, there's I'll just leave it at that. It's questionable sometimes with some people. So let's start with this video right here. I see he booed up with his joint. He booed up with his shorty right here. Let's start with this video right here. I'm back in Namibia. Okay. Oh, he's trying to. Oh. Copyright, y'all. I'm trying to avoid copyright. Now, I've been to a lot of countries, but I think Auston, like the only person I could say that he might be tied up with me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Auston might be tied up with me. I've been to a lot of countries on Austin. He definitely has been to a lot as well, man. Golly. All right, so let's go ahead and get this reaction underway.
Officially back out of Kenya and in Windhoek, Namibia, and we're on the way back from the airport right now. And very coincidentally, somebody that we met last time we were here in Windhoek, Z and I, he just so happened to be at the airport, so he's giving us a ride, well, giving me a ride back into the city. And I told you guys this time I'm doing a pivot for 2026, and I'm going to do a little more investigative journalism, or just kind of what I was doing last year around April, but I'm just going to do it in depth while I'm traveling and actually interviewing people out and about, like how you see some other big time vloggers do. So I want to ask you, what do foreigners usually misunderstand about Namibians, life in Namibia? I know Donald Trump.
Whoa. That's not a passport bro question. I thought all passport bros, I thought all dudes that's black and that's traveling. I could have sworn they used to say that black men traveling or passport bros traveling. I could have sworn they used to say the only question we be asking is, how can we trick off on the joints? I could have sworn, maybe I'm crazy. I be talking about mental disorders a lot. Maybe I forgot. Y'all let me know, man. I thought all these passport bros was tricks or something. And I know Auston Hollerman, he don't claim to be a passport bro no more, but I'm just saying, I thought all passport bros was tricks or something. I could have sworn tricks are for kids. I could have sworn something like that. Maybe I'm tripping. Let's go ahead and continue though.
Where it was that he had never heard of it. I know most Americans, we have that perception of most African countries. What are some things that you've heard that foreigners misunderstand about Namibia?
I think maybe just to start off, big ups to your viewers and your listeners. Of course, I think one of the things that people misunderstood is this lack of knowledge. People don't get to know where Namibia is, so they get to rather type into Google search, they get to hear little about Namibia. So whatever they pick up is what they go with, but not knowing that Namibia is breathtaking. Namibia holds one of the 7 wonders of the world, where the ocean meets the ocean, where the desert meets the ocean, actually. And besides that, it's a country of peace. We are few in population, so to say, but a beautiful country, beautiful landscape. I think you just witnessed. Yeah. You witnessed yourself.
Yeah. So I know that y'all recently got a new president, and I know a lot of people.
All right, man. We trying to see Auston Hollerman white, man. I know y'all ain't trying to see him talk to this. Let me know if y'all want to keep watching this part. I definitely like the historical backgrounds of countries. That's my most I think that's the thing that I find the most fun in a lot of these foreign countries is when I find out the history of the country and I learn certain things, and it helps me connect the puzzle as to how us Black Americans got inside of America. Oh, this people, this tribe lost this war, and then that sparked this over in Ethiopia. And then in Ethiopia, this happened, and this was why Nigerians was trying to, and then this what, I like connecting the pieces of the puzzle. So let me know if y'all want to hear the, historical backgrounds and the facts of Namibia. If not, we just going to skip over to the part where Auston Hollerman got his wife so we can do this breakdown to see if he got him a real wifey, and see what type of wifely qualities she has, Let's go ahead and see. I see he in the bottle aisle already. Look at him. You get straight to these countries, get straight to the bottle, huh? I get it, though. I get it, man. Them flights be something. You need to get a little drink in your system. I understand, brother. I understand, man. I think it's pretty cool, too, that him and his woman right here, it looks like they're working out together. Okay, so this is my first time really seeing his joint, okay? This is my first time seeing Auston Hollerman's alleged wife, okay? Now, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not. I just been hearing a lot of people tell me, oh, Auston Hollerman getting married. Check out his wife. He calling this his wife now. This is who he's like, about to get married to. So yeah, first impressions, looks like a very pretty woman, natural hair, definitely, look cool, man. Look cool. I'm happy he got one of these instead of one of those, yeah, because, in some of these Western countries, man, all these Big Macs, it just drops straight down to the gut. And, you a good looking brother, but you out here walking around with a great oak, you know what I'm saying? With a you know what I'm saying? A grizzly bear, I'm sorry, I got to keep it raw and real, man. You walking around with something that don't look like eye candy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that he got him, what looks to be a real decent joint for real. First impressions, yeah, she's fully covered. A lot of these joints, when it comes to working out, they like to be in bras and panties. Really, if we're going to keep it a bean, they call it a bikini, but that's because they have a demonic, foolish mindset and they don't understand the difference between a bra and panties and a bikini. It's sickening. But the Western media has definitely controlled their mind, has messed them up. But so far, what I'm looking at from Auston Hollerman's alleged wife, she looked like a decent woman so far, man. We ain't heard her talk. This is just first impressions off of physical, look cool, man. And I'm happy that they're already working out together. I believe in doing healthy things with your significant other. So I'm happy he's doing the working out with them. Look. House of Lamar. Hey, House of Lamar, where you been at, man? Shout out to House of Lamar. He says, dudes be walking around with something grouchy. Hey, no, bro, I'm telling you, like Respucia, Norbit, like they be, man, it's bad out here in the West, man. It's bad out here in the West. So we got to be happy for this brother that he finally, what looks to seem like he got him a decent joint on his shoulder for real. You feel me? She definitely looks like she's supposed to be there with him. Y'all dig? Let's continue. And shout out to the super chatters. Hit the super chat, y'all, to show some support.
And damn near had to be rushed to the hospital. She said her face started stiffening up. She had me scared for a second, but she's doing leg day. You can't see her legs, but we got my leg pumped today.
Aw, look at him and this girl, man. Look at him and this girl. Look at him all smiling. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When me and Auston, this is many years ago, y'all. It's been a minute since I even seen Auston. I'm gonna tell you like this. When me and Auston was in the country of Tanzania, and we was at the beach, I remember he told me, he said, man, it's just difficult, inside of America. He said this many times on his channel. I'm sure you guys have heard it before. But he said, man, it's just difficult in America. And I understand exactly what he means. Besides dealing with demonic energy from a lot of these females, it's just hard to, feel like you a lesser citizen. I mean, slavery is over, but the way our FBA or Black women treat us inside of America, man, sometimes, you can almost feel like you're not even human for real. And it's not like, you're not good looking or you ain't worked hard. But sometimes, just because the FBA Black sisters, they was raised with such this colonized, sick mindset from the Western environment, really from these white women that has corrupted their mind. But that's for another story. But yeah, since they was raised in this environment, they put all that trauma into the Black man and say to the Black man, oh my God, he's just such a horrible person, da-da-da. But really, we Black men, we pretty good for the most part. Man, we cool dudes. We got decent jobs. We making some pretty good income. We can pay for the needs. We doing all right. But their standards are through the roof. They have so many high requirements. Nothing's ever good enough. They have to argue, and so far what I'm seeing is, just straight good energy from this woman, man. So I'm happy so far. It's looking good so far, okay? She giving 10 out of 10 feminine energy. We gonna keep it at that for right now. But yeah, I remember Auston just talking about how, man, it's just difficult, like inside of America. He said this many times on his channel too, but it's just difficult inside of America. And like, man, and I understand where he's coming from. Me personally, y'all, I'm gonna be just real honest with y'all. My life is just a tad bit different from most because being raised in foster care, I think I got a bit enlightened early on in my life on how the world really works. And I saw some real cruel nature of this world. I saw the real brutal reality of this world very early on. And I think that's what kind of helped me understand exactly what women was even early on, because my mindset of women early on was like, these aren't angels. Like these are chicks that they just like us dudes for real. Like they can also do cheating. They can also be bad. So I learned early on that they're not angels. And I learned to not hold them to such a pedestal. I feel like so many dudes, they hold these women to like a pedestal. Like, man, they supposed to be like this. They supposed to be like that, but I've learned to kind of look at women exactly as who they are and accept it and say, okay, maybe me and this joint, we can make money together. Maybe me and this joint, she just cool just to, come around. We kick it a little bit and hang out, maybe this joint right here is wifey material. I learned how to categorize, so I just learned quickly, just to kind of categorize women for what exactly they are, So let's continue, man. I see a lot of these comments coming in. Hit the super chat, y'all. There's a lot of comments. We're going to kind of breeze over these comments real quick. Houselemar says, I've been working a lot. Man, work on, bring your ass over here to this YouTube channel, man. You're part of the tribe, man. You're supposed to be checking in, making sure we know you good, brother. All right. The Mr. Show 2023 says, true. They looking good together. He also says, the body's nice. He said, yeah, sorry, but they treating black men in the worst way. What country is he in? He's in Namibia. For everybody just joining, he's in Namibia right now, or I believe he was there previously. And I'm reacting to this video because people told me Auston Hollerman is getting married. I even think I've seen something. I don't know if people be sending me like real stuff. I don't really know. We just going to react and go with it. I'm not going to make no harsh judgments just yet until Auston says something out of his mouth. But, really, I'm just reacting to what people told me. Oh, this is his wife. I'm just going off of what they said. Oh, this is his wife. Let's just react to it with that understanding, okay? Make for good content, Let's go ahead and continue the video, though. So far, so good, though. She looking cool, got a nice smile on her. Look at that smile. Looking at her man, happy. Man, these American women going to look at you like, you pathetic loser. You're not getting my angles right. Go ahead and retake that clip. Auston, what are you doing? You're supposed to be taking a picture of me working out. You're not supposed to be my boyfriend working out with me. You're supposed to be taking a picture. So get my angles correct. Period, Pookie. Ah, ha, ha, ha. This tea when you see them two fingers touching. You know what I'm saying? This is how these chicks be, man. Damn it. This is how they be. This is how they be, man. What can I say? This is how they be. It's tea when you see them two. Man, they don't care about us. I'm just a real fine shit. They don't care, man. They don't care, boy. They don't care. Michael Jackson, I wish Michael Jackson was still alive so he can remake that song. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Add that foundational Black American sisters, because with all this child support and all this alimony, you cannot convince us FBA Black American brothers that these Black sisters really care about us. Ain't no good goddamn way in this life. Let's continue.
We're doing the machine right here.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend who.
As time goes on, we're gonna get these advertisements taken out and just be able to watch it without ads.
So I do 2 sets or 3 sets of 20 of these.
Okay, thanks, Auston.
It's her turn.
Nice legs.
Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna have her do some rack pulls and some calf raises. You guys, we have 60.
And I believe he hung out with this chick before. I'm not really too sure, but I believe he hung out with this woman before.
kgs on each side, so it's 120 kgs plus, I guess, the 20 kgs of the machine. And I do 2.
All right.
Okay, so
put your feet like
show together right now. Let's continue. I'm trying to see how they really react when they not in the gym, like when they just talking to each other. We trying to see if she really has these wifely tendencies, okay, y'all? And shout out to those who are subscribed, and shout out to those who hit the super chat, who hit the Patreon, and who hit the Cash App. I really do appreciate y'all. Shout out to all y'all, man, just for being here, man. I definitely appreciate it. Let's continue. All right. Cool. There she go with another smile. Now, keep this in mind, y'all. This is something that you guys want to have when you guys are dealing with foreign women. You want a woman that's constantly smiling and it's a genuine smile around. This woman looks very happy to be here. I haven't really seen her drop that smile not one time. I ain't really seen her drop that smile one time. See, a woman's happy to be with you if she can't hold back that big old smile. So far, it's looking so good. It don't mean that things going to be perfect. So we still going to find that out, man, as the video continues. But right now, it's looking good, man. I'm happy you got a cool joint. She looking decent shape, you know what I'm saying? And decent in LA, meaning good shape. You feel me? So yeah, this looking cool.
Let me tell you, it started off super crazy. My mouth started like, what do you call it? It was stuck. It was like, I can't even show you guys. But
nervous system overload.
Yeah. And then I just kept drinking water because Austin said I should stay hydrated. I kept drinking water and I kept exercising, stayed active. And now I just feel like I can't stop. Also, this is some gym juice that we got here.
I guess the gym's version of Gatorade. So now I got to keep my mind right. So we're going to stop by the bookstore and get a book. So that way I keep reading.
A bookstore to read? I thought Passport Bros was dudes tricking. Where's the strip clubs, Austin? Where is the one-nighters and the ladies that's in bikinis? Austin? I could have sworn they said Passport Bros is the black men traveling. I could have sworn they said that, these are dudes that, they don't have any morals or anything else that they doing with their life. I could have sworn they said that. But no, we see Austin out here. He going to the bookstore. He reading with his joint. Man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I'm going to tell y'all this real quick. This is something serious too. Y'all got to take note of this. Y'all got to take note. If you can get a woman that is happy to read with you and to stay at home and do board games and family games and stuff like that, this is a woman that's different. I'm so serious, y'all. Women that don't like to be out in a nightclub and be seen by the masses because they understand all that is fake energy. Women that actually like to be with a man. I'm telling y'all, when's the last time y'all even played a board game with your family? But even more than that, with your woman. What? Man, come on, man. I shout out to Austin right now, man. This is beautiful. I'm so proud of this, brother, because, out here, man, I really, Dell 4000 says, yeah, it's very rare. But I'm saying, since I've been traveling, y'all, you know how I preach, getting these feminine women and living a life that's worth living. That's what I say for a lot of you brothers that's traveling. And the fact that Austin, has got himself, what seems to be a decent woman so far that's down to read with him or go to a bookstore with him, man, I'm telling you. Something y'all don't know is on my polygamous journey, y'all see me with my two ladies, right? Now, one of the issues that I had was teaching. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a good teacher, but at the same time, I realized that certain women that I had around me, they wasn't serious about learning. I believe in unlearning and relearning so you can establish a base of morality going forward to assist with your legacy. And a lot of ladies I was around, I was realizing, I said, man, and let me not say a lot, but there was like maybe two ladies specifically in my polygamous journey that I realized, I said, damn, they both not really, one of these joints that like to learn, and unlearn. They so content, and just so cool with being who they already is, which is fine for them, but not for the legacy of the family. You get what I'm saying? So, certain chicks, y'all not seeing me with them. Yeah, that's because they had to go. They had to be like that. If you're not willing to learn new things and make yourself useful inside this family, then yeah, it's time to go. I preach healthy polygamy. I don't preach, having two women and in the bedroom and all that stuff. No, my polygamy lean more towards Muslim than it do whatever's going on in the Western countries. So, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, man, shout out to Austin right now. It's looking pretty good. We reacting to Auston Hollerman and his alleged wife. A lot of people have been telling me, Auston Hollerman getting married. Check out these videos with him and his wife. Cool. That's what we're doing. We're reacting to it to see if she really wifey material. And calling to the show, y'all. I'm about to drop the link one more time inside of the chat so you guys can feel so compelled to. If you guys feel so compelled to, go ahead and call in. All right. Let me see real quick. There was something else I was about to say right now. Oh yeah, some people was telling me some things, some I guess you can call it tea, because really gossip, right? But they was telling me, how you feel about his woman, and first off, I don't really care about his woman, number one, you know what I'm saying? But number two, it makes good content. So I thank the people that told me, but number one, I don't really care about her in that way, you know what I'm saying? Enough to really care about anything that she has going in her entire life, to be honest. This is just the truth. But I will say, people have told me like, how do you feel about her being German or something like that? And out of all the African women, Auston Hollerman, he chooses to get with a woman that is, not even really black or not even really African. We'll talk about that eventually as time goes on. But right now we just reacting, to you know, him and his woman. So right now they headed towards a bookstore. Let's continue.
So let me know what webinar you guys want to see this upcoming Sunday. Members and members only get and I'll leave the link to that in the first pinned comment. They get, well, the thing is, you can always make it because you can always download it or you can always play it off of the website in the first place. So I'll leave it in the first pinned comment. It's between these two books, you guys. I've already read the one on the ebook before on the right, but ebook reading means I didn't read it. Like, it doesn't register in my mind. So I would have to read it again, but I think I want the book on the left a little more about branding. You guys, so I ended up getting the yellow book about branding, and then now we're at the grocery store. I'm getting some lunch, and I got some food at home, but I want to eat again. I'm staying in a hotel, man, because I got banned on Airbnb. Would you believe they said I was part of a criminal organization? And
yo, I got banned too on Airbnb. God damn, I guess now I can talk about it. I also got banned on Airbnb, and they didn't even give me a reason why. And I'm like, what? I didn't even imagine getting banned on Airbnb for no reason. And I've been messaging. I'm like, what can I do? Like, is there anything? But that's what happens when you outsource and you get Indians to run your company, man. I'm like, what the hell? They got these goddamn Indians. I can't even speak to a real goddamn American. The hell is this shit? I thought it was an American-owned business. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Got to talk to these damn Indians. The Indians don't know what they're doing half the time. I just talked to an Indian the other goddamn day, and the person, when he answered the phone, he said, hello, hello, sir. How may I help you? And how may I help you? No cap. I'm not even being racist. I'm being dead ass serious. Serious, y'all. And I'm like, man, what the hell? And I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, the audacity of these companies, man. We got to give our personal information to these people, you know, that are not even taking their job serious. And who knows if they're going to sell my information. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous, y'all. So yeah, man. Let's continue, though. I also got banned off of Airbnb, but let's hear why Auston Hollerman got.
They banned me when that whole Floyd thing happened. So I had to literally, that's part of the reason why I hired the lawyer. And so I'm trying to reach back out to them now, and they just doing that same support bullshit where they're like, oh, you know, submit an appeal, do this, that, and that. So I might have to like publicly attract their attention, or I'm gonna have the lawyer send them an email first because they don't take that more serious. But yeah, and then I tried to use her Airbnb, and then they banned her too because I put my debit card on there. I'm like,
what?
These major companies have to start working on like having actual people review shit.
Y'all, didn't I just say that?
Because yeah, if I have a lawyer giving me legal documentation saying that what you're saying is bullshit, and then I still can't get in contact with anybody, it's like, come on now, like. But yeah, so we got our food. She's about to get ready to go to work. We're gonna record another geopolitics video because Z's energy is on 10 right now. She needs to take a half of whatever pre-workout she took.
Wait, copyright. I ain't trying to get copyrighted, y'all. Hold on. That music in the background.
Put him in jail. He's walking around with a beanie on his head now. Channel. Z.
All right, y'all. So that's the first video we reacted to. Let's see some more clips and videos of Auston with his alleged wife, okay? Let's see some more videos with his alleged wife. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me pull this away. Blam. Boom. Okay. Give me a second. Let's see. Man, he doing a lot with this joint, man. Maybe, damn. This is my new life. Let's react to that video right here. This is my new life. Damn, he got all the videos with her? Wow. Oh, wow. Man, I ain't seen Auston channel for, damn. Okay, it might not be alleged that this is his wife. This might be his real wife. Damn. Oh, yeah, she in every video. Damn, where I been at? I think I'm going to stay in Namibia with her. Let me see. My new life. She took me on a date. Damn, she breaking bread on you too? She tricking on you? No, I'm just playing. She a passport sister? Oh, man. No, I'm playing. She took me on a date. The story behind Auston. Y'all, let me know what video it is where he say it's his wife. I'm going into business with her in Namibia. She definitely more than a business partner, I'll tell you that. And y'all be careful with mixing business and your woman, man. I ain't gonna lie, you know, Y'all just gotta be careful doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all just gotta be careful. Know how to, you know, when it's time to be professional, it needs to be professional. You know, sometimes ladies have a thing where, you know, they go into business with you, and I'm talking real business. I'm not talking no light shit, but you go into business with a woman, and you know, you start dating her, or y'all already dating. Sometimes there is a bit lackadaisical, you know, familiarity with the man, because she already know the man. You know, she already know you, so she kind of gets started a little bit more laxed. She want to joke off and stuff while it's time to make some money. You know, you guys got to really check that early on and ensure that, you know, your woman understands, no, babe, you know, right now we're going to be on business, and, you know, in a couple hours from now, we're going to live a great life. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a lot of fun. You got to tell her like that. You know what I'm saying? How them dudes be doing, how they be doing. Y'all got to tell her like that. All right. Let me see real quick. Let me see. This is my new life. Since nobody telling me the video. She's half German. Yeah, that's what people been saying, bro. People been saying she half German. The Mr. Show 2023 says people hating beautiful German in Namibia. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, but it does beg a question, you know, and we're going to talk about that. Why would a black man go to Africa and get with a German woman? You know, that's interesting, you know, but we're going to figure that out. We're going to figure out, you know. Let's go to This Is My New Life.
My entire mindset towards drinking and hanging out has been completely reversed.
Good.
And so today I'm gonna give you guys exactly the numbers and what's going on behind the scenes and what to expect in the future. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and tune in. All right, so the first things first, I have completely been blown away by how many people want to make money online. I mean, that seems kind of obvious, right? Like I said, people watch my videos, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the trolls would like to actually live my lifestyle. So to feel like they missed out on something later on. And so all of the money that I'm making from those webinars, I'm not pocketing any of it. I'm not seeing. Now, I believe that was October when I first came up with the end of October. I'm not going to wait until 2026 to do all three of those things in Sunday's webinar. So if you're interested in that, you can go to expatfreedomsystem.com, and the link will be in the first pinned comment. And as soon as you get there, it'll tell you book this week's webinar. And again,
hold on, y'all. Let's find a video where he's with the woman, because I thought that one was where he was with her, but it's not. Hold on. Give me a second. Bam. Boom. Boom. Let me see. This date changed everything. This is my new life. Why you catfish us, Austin, with that thumbnail of you and your woman in the middle of the desert? I thought you proposed in that video. Let me see. The biggest cultural differences between Africa and America. I'm back in Namibia. We just watched that one. You may want to move to Namibia. Man, he posting, all these pictures of her, and I'm not seeing her in the videos. I took her to Skeleton Coast. Yo, I ain't never seen Austin with an afro that ain't been with one of those things on it. It's so funny. Look at him, y'all. Hold on.
and the reason that I left the United States.
You trying to be like me with that fro, huh, y'all? Hey, man, that fro is wild, boy. He look like a whole nother person. That's crazy. I always be seeing him with the sponge on his hair. I ain't never seen him with just a regular afro. Okay. Let's see. Let's click this one real quick.
We're not actually going to eat anything, but we have our books that we're going to read. And this was her idea. She wanted to come to the park to read for a date today.
Damn. Okay. So his woman asked him to come to the park with her to read books. Hey, man, this might not be Austin's wife. Y'all just been telling me it is, but if it ain't his wife, he might need to make this his wife. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been all throughout Africa, man. I'm telling you that. Reading books in the park type shit, man, I ain't never heard no woman say that. Hey, babe, today maybe we can just go to the park and we can read some books together. I'm out. That got me messed up, man. I ain't never heard that in Africa in all my days. Man, I've been in Africa longer than Austin. I ain't heard that. I've been traveling for a very long time. I think I've been traveling longer than Austin too. And I ain't never heard no woman say some stuff like that, whether it's Asia, South America. You know, I ain't never heard that before. Europe. You know, I've heard some good things from women, but that's definitely a highlight. That
so we are at Zoo Park. This is one of the first areas. I actually was staying down the street from here when I first got here. And I told her, do you realize I've been here almost 6 weeks? Because we bumped into each other. I was supposed to be on country number 7 for the Southern Africa tour right now. Actually, I was supposed to be back home by now, but I'll be going back home next week. And as I told you guys, I'm going to Angola for 1 day next week because I have a very long layover, like over 12 hours. So we will have 1 day worth of content in Angola. I'm going back to Nairobi for a month, and I have a round trip ticket. So she's happy that she knows I'm not lying to her because I told her I was coming back. And, you know, I'm pretty sure it's very common for guys that are traveling to just say that and then never show back up. I know because I've done it before. But she knows that I'll be back. And so I'm looking for an apartment this week. And I'm going to move my life over here. I'm still going to keep my apartment in Nairobi, but I'm going to move my life over here.
Damn. So wait, let me get this straight, man. All of these beautiful Kenyan women inside of Kenya, the affordability, the great weather, all of that, and you ain't find you a Nairobi joint, a Kenyan joint? Damn, is it bad like that? Man, is it bad like that? Wow, y'all know I've been to Kenya. Kenya, one of my favorite stomping grounds. That's wild. And you telling me, damn, Namibia the place, huh? Leave Auston alone, y'all. Don't be going to Namibia just because Auston say, oh, man, I'm about to. Y'all got to figure this out for yourself, man. When y'all start traveling, y'all got to figure it out for yourself which country resonates with you the most. Because some countries, let's say you go to South Africa, you might be thinking, okay, I want a country that's already fully developed and that has all this great stuff going for it and all this blah, blah. But then again, you might find an issue that, you know, they're just like America, a little bit too much like America. You know, certain chemicals inside of foods, they put in plastic and everything. You know, the LGBT, all that stuff is over there. You know, a lot of the Western mindset and a lot of people, you know, so some person might put up a YouTube video saying, oh, South Africa's a great country for me. But for you, you would have to figure it out on yourself because you might not want to feel like you're going back to America. You know, let's say, you know, you go to a country like Uganda, you know, let's say you want a woman that's going to work and all that, you know, and you're not going to have to pay for all the bills. Well, if you want a woman that's going to work, you know, that's going to really be working and it's going to make some good money, then you would probably have to go to South Africa because South African women, they going to work and make some money. That's for sure. Ugandan women, they going to work and make some money too, but they're not making as much as South African women. So the thing is that a lot of Ugandan women, they expect a man to work, but don't get it twisted. If you work, because I've been to Uganda, if you work, these women give you the utmost respect. To the point where they on their knees giving you food. I had a Ugandan woman, man. Oh my goodness. Woo-wee. I know anyways, but this chick, she used to wait for me to eat the food. And then she would say, would you like seconds? I said, why don't you ever eat with me? She said, no, I need to watch your face just to make sure you like the food first. Then after that, you know, then I'll be able to like eat my own plate. But I need to make sure you're full first and that you're good first. Come on, man. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But I told her sometimes it's cool if you also eat with me too. Because she really on this traditional stuff and all that stuff. But, you know, I told her, hey, you know, sometimes you can sit at the table too and just eat with me. You ain't got to be on your knees the whole time just waiting for me, you know, to finish eating and stuff. It's really fascinating, y'all. They really be like that in Uganda, man. They really be like that in Uganda. Actually, when you talk to all African men in every side, in every country, and especially in East Africa, they'll tell you, man, our women suck. Now, they might not say they women suck like that, but they'll say, man, these women in our country, man, a lot of them are city girls now. A lot of them have changed and forgot their ways. We want Ugandan women. This is what I heard from a lot of East African men. They always talk about, man, I'm going to travel to Uganda, man. Uganda got the best women. Tanzania got some great women, too. I ain't going to lie to you. You know, really, all these countries got great women. Y'all just got to go to the outskirts, man. It's very simple. y'all will do good in any country as long as you go to the outskirts. South African outskirts, that's going to be a little bit more difficult because the whole entire country is damn near just like America. So they all kind of have some type of access to that internet and that Western social programming mindset. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's continue though, man. I feel like I'm talking. Am I talking a lot? I'm trying to keep entertaining, but I'm trying to react to it. But I'm trying to also find out where he said that she's his wife, you know, but I can't find that part of it. But let's just see their interactions and keep judging.
So this book, I didn't actually like it at first when I started reading it. I think the first couple of pages were unnecessary. But then when I was reading it yesterday, I'm like, oh, like this is actually a pretty good book. It wasn't as good as The $1 Million Weekend. That was a life-changing book. After I read that $1 Million Weekend, I literally did a webinar. We had 157 people show up, $10 a pop for everybody that had something to say. Apparently it didn't matter because it worked. And everybody was like, wow, this webinar was well worth the $10. You could have charged more for this. So I was like, yeah, if you guys like it, you know, we're going to have another one every week since I'll be in it. We're going to have it Monday, this upcoming trip. I'm going to have it Monday next week. We're going to talk about taxes and residency and dual citizenship, especially taxes, because when I got to the tax portion of living abroad, you won't have access. I'll be sending to your emails, book recommendations and all that kind of stuff. The stuff that I use to keep.
I'm happy he's doing all this. You guys make sure to check out his webinar series and stuff. I'm trying to get to where he's with his woman though, so let's kind of skip ahead.
On every day, so that's why I'm coming back. I bought her flowers today.
Beautiful, like a bouquet of red roses.
I hesitated so much because you guys know I've done several videos about never buy a woman flowers, never buy a woman flowers, but something about her just made me go to the flower store today and buy her flowers.
Ain't that beautiful,
Give her
y'all?
a kiss, so.
Ain't that beautiful? Don't that like warm your heart, man? Just to know that it's possible for you. I know a lot of y'all dudes already gave up. A lot of y'all y'all standing at the edge right now. I know how you feel. I can only imagine, you know, because I have empathy. I can put myself in somebody's shoes, even though I haven't really experienced that. I can experience it. And I can feel the pain of knowing that, damn, these chicks in this country, man, golly, they doing me so dirty, all types of shit. You know, man, I've done so much. I've given so much of myself to all these chicks, and it just always amounts to nothing. I can understand the pain that you're dealing with. But ain't that just beautiful to see, you know, and while you thinking it and you standing at the edge right now and you thinking to yourself, man, there's no point of all this. This dude, Auston, said, man, I never even thought I would give a woman roses. I didn't even think a woman deserved roses for real. But I met this woman, man, she kind of changed my whole point of view. You know what I'm saying? She just liked that for real. And I just appreciate it. You know, he appreciated her. So before you start looking down at that ledge and saying, man, you know, let me take this jump, man, you need to take a step back and say, damn, maybe it's because I'm on the edge and I'm not changing my environment. Get off the ledge, get off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Change your environment, see what's out there, because I can guarantee you there's something for you in this life. There is a life worth living in this life. The only issue with most people in this life that are living lives that they are not happy with is because they're following after and they're getting information from people that already lived a miserable life. You got to get information outside of the box to get this type of happiness like Auston has right now. And how a lot of brothers are having when they move to these foreign countries. You got to step outside of your comfort zone. You got to save up some money and just go. Take that leap of faith. You was just about to take a leap off the edge. Shit, the least you can do before you do that is take a leap of faith to some other environment and see beautiful greener pastures. Do that for yourselves, man. I'm telling you, it will be favorable. It will be. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it, y'all. And make sure you check out the Patreon too while Auston out here shouting out his webinar and all that. Check out the Patreon as well, y'all. I got a lot of great content on Patreon. You guys can get more content like this. All the exclusive live streams will be on there. My bedroom podcast where I go around to different countries, speaking with the women, talking about topics like this and asking them what makes them wifey material. I got all this stuff. You guys can see me in the middle of the screen right there with all the ladies. And then you can also join our amazing group chat on the Patreon as well. But yeah, let's get back to the video, man. But yeah, I just want to say, y'all, don't take another step past that ledge before you go ahead and take a step into a different environment to get that greener pasture, man. Y'all never know what's out there in the store for y'all, man. I'm telling you. I can only imagine how y'all feeling right now. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, right? Some of y'all already figured it out. But some of y'all, I can only imagine. You thinking to yourself like, man, these chicks don't give me no attention. They don't give me no love. I'm a good man. I work hard. I do what they say I'm supposed to do, but nothing's ever good enough. I don't know what's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with you, brother. You in the wrong environment. The only thing that's wrong with you is that you're staying in an environment that is not rewarding for you. There's no ROI in this environment. There's no ROI here. You know what these billion-dollar businesses do? When they're having a failing business inside of one country or one economy, they go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to take what I've learned and take all this information and put that in another country, just rename it to another name. A lot of companies and franchises have been like that. They rebrand and go elsewhere because different environments reap different rewards. Okay, so let's continue. All right. Delane says she's not bad looking. Love Myself says, wait, he got married? Uh-oh. Austin, this one of your ladies right here? Love Myself Today 1, 2, 3? Or is this clickbait? This ain't clickbait, man. They've been telling me Austin got married, so we just reacting to a woman who definitely seems like she his wife for real. I ain't seen a ring yet, but I've been hearing, you know, some things. So
He broke. I think she took the player out of me. So we're a new man now. Y'all are losing a soldier. But yeah, it's a very nice day here. If you come to Windhoek, and I guess you sit some because it's very hot today. Not very nice day here. If you come to Windhoek, and I guess you
Austin, she gonna give you hell, man. And I hope you wasn't expecting sons first, bro. Some reason I could see in your future, Austin, I could see like 3 daughters straight, bro. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. The look she giving right now is giving like he already know he about to be a you know a daughter's dad. He about to have a whole bunch of daughters. Like she giving this look like I hope you didn't expect sons, Nick. You know, she giving that kind of look right there, man. I hope you didn't expect sons. You about to get 3 daughters, twins. I mean, triplets. That's the look she giving. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, hey, man, it's giving that energy, y'all. It's giving that energy. Shout out to Carity Don 1XX says, she decent looking, but marriage, LOL. I mean, that's if you're looking for looks to get somebody that you're going to be married with, I'll tell you this. Wherever country you're in right now, with these walking land whales, respectfully, of course, you know, and we just talking about real animals, y'all. We're not talking about humans, and we're not being derogatory to any human species. But these walking land whales, I'm just saying, you know, you talking about, oh, she decent looking, but marriage, LOL. I mean, hey, bro, you know, hey, it's better than what's these walking land whales, man. Hopefully she won't change or become Americanized. Yeah, and that's why it's important to never take your woman back to America. You can take her to damn near any other country on this planet Earth. The only country you cannot take her to is countries that do not have family values. That's the only parameter. That's the only thing I request from all of you brothers right now listening. Please like the video right now to let me know that you understand, man. Please, y'all. Please. The only thing I request is that you do not take your woman. Once you get a great woman, do not take her to one of these Americanized countries. Boy, I tell you, man. Yeah, she's going to switch up in a couple weeks, boy. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's over. All it takes is one Kamala Harris presidency. Your woman up out of there, boy. Your woman up out of there. They're going to change the rules in the rule book talking about if you married a man, you know, in the Donald Trump era, you weren't able to get citizenship. Well, now guess what? That man has to be your slave. And he's entitled to pay you for the rest of your life, and you become an American citizen. See, I'm telling you, man, it's bad. It's bad out here, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. Let's continue, though. Let's continue.
Because it's very hot today. Not very hot, but it's hot. If you sit somewhere in the shade, it's actually going to be relatively cool. So we're going to read our books. I can tell by how she's looking. She's ready for me to turn off the camera so she can read and write.
Yeah.
She ain't ready for you to turn off the camera, man. She ready for some daughters, respectfully. She ready, man. Anyways, let me stop, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to journal as well. I start to work in an hour and a half.
My bad. I gotta say one more thing. Signs of a high IQ woman is when she journals, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And one more side note too. If you do have a foundational Black American sister that is a feminine, great woman, Black American woman, and she's worth something, she has value. She's not like the rest of these joints that's out here in these streets being disgusting towards Black men. You need to go ahead and remove her from her environment as soon as possible. Take her out of America, go ahead and start your legacy in another country. That's the only way this can go. That's the only way it can go. And you can come back, you know, you by yourself as a man, you can come back to America and fight the battle here inside of this country. But what we've learned about Black women and foundational Black American sisters' mindsets, for a lot of them, not all of them, but for a lot of them, their mindset is not strong enough to stay inside of a toxic environment like this. We need to put our women that are good women into an environment that's healthy for them. And that environment is Africa, y'all. I'm sorry to tell y'all if y'all didn't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Sorry, not sorry. Y'all did. So let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Matter of fact, I've changed so much since I've been hanging around Z that I'm walking around with pens now. Something I haven't done since I was in school when I was required to walk around with a pen, essentially. And so since the webinar was so successful, thanks to you guys, today I will be smoking a cigar as a celebratory benchmark, I guess you would call it.
Austin, one cigar.
You know, I had a fake friend years ago tell me, like, you should stop smoking cigars every day. You should smoke it as a celebratory thing. And I would have never thought. I was like, dude, that's how I know you don't use vices. You can't just do it when it's time to celebrate. But now I've reached a point where I can do it just to celebrate. I don't want to do it on a daily basis anymore. So, yeah, we're going to go get a cigar and I'm going to celebrate. We are here again. You guys see how beautiful this place is? Look at the.
Get you a woman that make you want to upgrade your life, man. Austin, you might have to just pop the question on this joint, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, man, shout out to the super chat, man. Shout out to Willow in the building. Shout out to Willow, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the super chat so far tonight. He said, "What's good, my G? What's good, brother? You see this brother Auston Hollerman? They saying that he getting married, bro. And this woman so far got a smile in every video so far that we seen. Because right now we just trying to criticize to see if she wifey material. You know, we still gonna talk about, you know, the bad that people have told me about her, you know, and that's if I don't even know if these dudes even know her like that. They probably just gossiping, but we still gonna talk about that. But right now, all I'm seeing is green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. First thing I'm seeing, she's smiling every video. Second, green light, she loves reading books. She likes to plan dates and do things that are not overly expensive, things that will better your, better you guys as a whole. And, she got some decent qualities to her, most definitely. She always is fully clothed, even when she wears clothes, it's not see-through. You know, that's what these chicks, they try to get around that by wearing see-through clothing. But yeah, definitely. Carlos Red says, first ever pastor bro to get married. I have been married 11 years. Oh, congratulations, brother. Go ahead and call in. There's the link inside of the chat. Go ahead and call in. Willow, I'm about to add you to the stage right now. We got Willow here. Let me see something real quick. Blam. All right, boom. Yo. Okay, cool. We can hear you. Yeah, what's going on, man? How you feel about this Auston Hollerman? They say he getting married, man.
Man, listen, if that's really true, congratulations. And I'm sincerely, genuinely happy for dude. You know what I'm saying? I've never met him personally, but I've been watching his journey. You know what I'm saying? He seems that he's matured quite a bit. And hey, when you find something, because my thing is, he had enough experience dealing with foreign women to know what exactly that he wants. So it was just one of those things where he had to get that out of his system. You know what I'm saying? And hey, when you financially, settled as a man, and you got your shit together, whatnot, it's not really like an age thing. It's more of a mindset type of thing. And he may like actually not only want it, but he may actually be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? It's and when you have two of those things that are in sync with each other, you greatly increase the likelihood of something like a relationship working.
Right. No, most definitely. What's McCall? How you feel so far about like what we've seen and heard from his woman? Like, does she sound wifey material to you?
You know what? I'll say this because I don't know her. I haven't really watched how he interacts with her like that. I've seen her speak and everything. One of the things that I do like about her is that I haven't heard her use no profanity. You know, I think that
Mm.
those are really good qualities in a woman, like to like no vulgarity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The way that she dresses, you know, that's presentable. It's modest. If I have to question you, or if I feel some type of way, you step outside the house, and I had this conversation with you more than once, then that's definitely a red flag. But I mean, you know, from the women that he's had on camera that he's interviewed, or that he had interviewed him or whatnot, she seems like it's a good fit for him. And ironically, she resembles Austin's mom, so I think that has something to do with it as well.
Oh, okay. I've never seen his mom. Is she like fair skinned or?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's like they're on the same complexion, kind of got like the hairstyle and everything short, you know. So I just thought that was kind of it's just an observation, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And Fresh Boy says, where you at, Tribe? I am back in America. I will be traveling very soon. That's why I say hit the Patreon, man. I got some crazy stuff coming. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got some stuff, but I ain't trying to, I got a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on, man. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna be like, oh, ish. This is crazy. But yeah, man. Willow, let me ask you this. When it comes to Austin and this woman so far, how do you feel about the fact that he got, a woman that is allegedly German, because that's what some people have been telling me. Oh, she's German and she's not really like full Namibian. Does that matter to you, or is it all about like love as long as she make you feel good? Like, what you think about that? Like, should FBA brothers, when they travel, should they begin with only African sisters, or what's your thoughts?
You know what? So okay, I used to really think, and this is before like Dr. Umar got exposed as being a fraud, like at like the height of his, I guess like you could say, his fame and everything. And I really did buy into the idea of, as far as your lineage and everything, keeping it black, you know what I'm saying? FBA, whatever. And as I got older and I've, grown in experience and everything like that, I mean, me personally, I would rather be with, you know what I'm saying, a melanated woman. I don't care what part of the world that she comes from. And I don't care if she's a half breed either, but as long as we share the same values, principles, more morale, it's more of the internal thing, you know what I'm saying? More of the internal hardware, or excuse me, more of the internal hardware than anything else, because those are things that it's priceless, you know what I'm saying? You most of us men out here that know what exactly that we want, and we haven't found it yet, hey, whenever you get something that and it aligns with your values and ideals and thinking, I say go for it, man. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Now personally, if she's, of the Caucasoid humanoid type, then or phenotype, then personally, nah. I rather pass my genes on to, and mix my DNA with melanated women. But that's just me though.
Okay. I see. And let me ask you this, because I guess we got to get into this topic sooner or later. What's your thoughts on the fact that, because somebody told me, like, out of all the women in Africa, this dude gets with like a light-skinned chick that's part German or full German or something like that. What's your thoughts on that? Like, I'll give my reaction to it in a second, but I'm just curious right now. And thanks for everybody being here, whether you're on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, or Facebook. Appreciate you guys all for joining the live stream. But yeah, let me ask you that. What's your thoughts on that?
So your question is what? Rephrase it again.
Yeah, just somebody had let me know inside of my DMs that, out of all the women in Africa that Auston Hollerman was around, why did he get with a German woman, or a woman that's not even, melanated? What do you think what do you think made him do something like this? What do you think were like the hardships he may have faced, just with, other African sisters? Let me be more clear. Why do you think it took him this long to find a woman like this, and she allegedly is German, inside of Africa? All the black women and African women he's been around in Africa, why do you think it was this German woman that really, caught his eye? Because I think he'd been around light skins before, So what was it? What do you think it was about this German chick that really made him say like, huh?
You know what? I don't really think it's about the women. I think it's more so to do with him than the woman. And let me explain what I mean by that. You see, us men, I can speak for myself, but you know, there's a lot of men who have come across women who were really good for them. You know, maybe it was incompatible, maybe the guy wasn't ready. You know, could be a lot of factors. Personally, I just think it was just a timing thing. You know, because I think it's more so it aligned with what he wanted, and it just so happened that she's, you know, a mixed breed. You know what I'm saying? Now, depending on who said that comment, if it's a woman that made that comment, I can understand why, because you know women are like that. You know, now if it's a dude that mentioned something about that, then that's quite sus. Personally.
Yeah, it was a dude.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a dude. I see somebody here. I think this is another dude. He said Auston don't like black women. Okay.
How do you know that?
100 views. We hope we're not getting botted again, but got 100 people in the live stream right now. I think it was already like that though from all platforms on TikTok and all the places we're streaming, but I think we might be getting botted shortly. But somebody said Auston don't like black women. I don't think that's true though. I don't think that's true. But I do want to give my reason as to why. Let's say that out of all the African women, Auston Hollerman, he ended up getting with a German woman, right? Let's just say that's true. I would say the reason that Auston Hollerman ended up with a German woman rather than the African women that he's probably been around and he didn't get with them, but he got with the German woman. I would say the reason to that being is because it's very difficult these days, especially when you're inside of these major cities, to find African women that do not have a lot of the same traits as American black city girl kind of women. You know, and there's something inside of these white cultures that keeps the women, while they are still masculine, they do have certain feminine characteristics that make a bit more favorable than the black woman city girl. Now, it doesn't mean that the white chick is that much higher. Let's not give her too much credit. She's still neck and neck, but just that slight edge over the black city girl, you know, no real punching and fighting. Grab the hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I can do what the little musics and stuff like that. We have to keep in mind that a lot of these African women, especially in the major cities, they are constantly being fed American Western agenda poisoning that has corrupted their mind too. So even the African dudes, they're complaining almost similar to how the American men are complaining. Man, these chicks out here, man, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta be careful, man. These ladies out here, blah, blah. And the reason that being is because when you are a melanated person, you go to the community that resonates with you the most, whether that's physically or online. And a lot of these ladies, especially African city girls, they look at these American women like JT, Young Miami, Cardi B. They look at that as, oh, this is me. This is me. So this is who I'm going to idolize and be like. But the white women, they get to look up to people like, oh, Paris Hilton, other white women that aren't as sick, you know what I'm saying? But they're still sick in a way, but not as sick as maybe a chick that's talking about I love when Diddy covers me in his loads. You know what I'm saying? This is what this is what the chick said. This is what Young Miami, I believe she was dating P. Diddy. She said she loves when and now she's looking to get married. So a lot of these women, these African countries, they look at these city girls and baddies. The show is surprising, right? They got the show baddies that just came to South Africa recently, where the black women are fighting each other and all this stuff. So a lot of these black women, they looking at these a lot of these African women, they looking at these black American women as, oh, these women are like us. Let's go ahead and do the same traits as them, you know, and just give our men hell too. And let's pick up the same beliefs and sicknesses. So that's what I believe is going on. You know, it could be just because, like a lot of people are saying, and I believe you said, you know, she looks like his mom. But truly, there would be, if there was any other reason that he would get with a light-skinned or fair-skinned woman that may allegedly be German, I would say that might be one of the reasons. because the white women have a slight edge when it comes to having better media, you know, and better influencers to look up to than the Black American woman, right?
I see what you're saying.
What's your thoughts about that? Hopefully that was clear. Everybody understood that?
You know what, bro? Now that you explained it that way, I can see it from another perspective and another vantage point, and you open up my eyes to something else. Now, I'm not familiar with the country Namibia, you know. I don't know if he's in the major city or if he's in the rural areas or whatnot, but that makes perfect sense as to there may be some other Africans, you know, whether they're darker toned or anything like that nature, that they may carry a negative stigma, especially like you said, within like the inner city and everything like that, especially with, you know, the advent of technology and social media, you know, and a lot of them are consuming, you know, our American content and everything like that in media. So it does definitely make sense. I will say that. And, you know, when you have played a little portion of the video, and that was the first time, like, I'm not a really avid watcher of his content like that, but I don't really recall him, Austin, saying that a woman that he dated, I guess, influenced him to like change for the better or to do other things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now that you said that, and I looked at that snippet, it makes total sense. You know,
Right.
But I mean, all in all, regardless of what the reason is, as long as it's healthy and it's in a positive light, hey, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that might not even be the reason, like I said, that he got with, you know, this woman, right? It could just be because she's a great feminine woman, all this stuff. But I will say one thing is that you are a product of your environment. And a lot of people always think about physical environments when it pertains to like, oh, you know, safety and, you know, security. But truly in this life, we have to also think about our online environment too. What type of things are our children watching? What type of things are our women watching? This greatly affects their mind just as much as, oh, your woman walking home in Chicago at nighttime and there's gunshots everywhere. This also affects her mind as well. Her environmental online mindset also messes her up. So, you know, that's just to be said. So yeah, man, I see somebody came in the chat and said she's biracial and they'll get along better. Whatever we're saying, we need a little bit of West in our women. Okay, and that was from Strictly Travel. What's your thoughts about that? And call in, y'all, if y'all got any comments or anything like that. Go ahead and call in.
I don't know, man. Hey, you speak for himself, man. I don't know who's we.
Right.
I don't want my woman to be. I barely want her to even understand English. You know what I'm saying? Let alone be.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, see, that's next level game, Willow. That's Patreon game, man. That's Patreon game right there, boy. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Absolutely, nah, man. Like, doesn't that defeat the purpose? Like, that's kind of oxymoronic. And I'm not talking about dude because I don't personally know him and everything like that. But I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, nah. Like, the whole purpose of me wanting to get away from Western women is to not engage with anybody that has any Western type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? So if that means that, because my thing is this. If I'm gonna get my woman that's completely immersed in her culture, then not only is she a lot moldable, but you know, I get to introduce the things that I want her to be introduced to from the West, whether that's music, you know, media, entertainment, sports, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we gonna keep you in that pocket right there.
Right. Yeah, that was well said, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, making sure she's isolated mentally from these sick, corrupting shows, man. You know, at first, when I first started saying stuff like this, I felt so like possessive. But that's also because I had a sickness in me too, mentally thinking that, you know, me wanting to protect my woman was a bad thing. But really, this is the most healthiest and clear-minded a man could be. Why would we want our woman to understand degenerate culture that's going to ensure that she takes our offspring and ruins our legacy? Why would we?
Absolutely. So, and on top of that too, real quick, Raw, the fact too is that, I mean, wouldn't that negate me being the protector? because the protection doesn't come in the physical form. You know what I'm saying? It's universal. So I got to protect you psychologically, emotionally, and mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't just work one dimensional way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But that's next level game, man. You know, and hopefully people get there in life, man. You know, it's hard out here, man, because you know these billion-dollar companies and trillionaires, they out here, you know, just corrupting the world to make profit. So it's hard to really get people to understand that. So I'm happy you understand that, brother, man. You know,
oh yeah, definitely.
He says, unfortunately, Strictly Travel comes back, says, unfortunately, the world is westernized. Yeah, but that's the thing, like, you know, it feels like the world is westernized, but it's really not. You know, because
it's really not.
You got countries like Russia, where Russia's on some, you know, the men need to be men. We're not about to be on this LG, you know, all this stuff. China just said, we're not about to do this divorce stuff. We see how bad this can get. Look at you Western Americans and stuff. Y'all suffering. It's ridiculous. They taking y'all offspring, throwing them in dresses and stuff and making them just completely just, you know, this a Western platform.
You know what? I want to retort. I want to return to Strictly Travel. Now, are you meaning to say that the world is modernized versus westernized? Because if you mean modernized, then that's two completely different things. Because to say that the world is westernized, that's a little bit extreme.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Yeah, because people in America, they can only think about, you know, what feels like what America shows them on the internet. That's what a lot of people that may be commenting believe, that, oh, this is the world. Even sometimes when I used to talk about the world, I'll be like, man, this world sucks, man. But I'm like, before, that's when I haven't even traveled yet. I used to say, oh, this world sucks, but I've only been in this small little country. America is only a small little country, just that holds a lot of power in this world, but it's a small country when you compare it to the other superpowers in this country. Russia, North Korea. Even he comes right back and says, if you want to keep your woman isolated, go to North Korea or Iran. Hey, brother, why don't you call in? You know, we want to have a word with you. But Zoe in Progress says modernization and westernization is different. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And yeah, you should call in though, brother. Because honestly, that's not all it takes to keep your woman isolated, man. I mean, and really that isolation word sounds kind of wild too. Is we're not trying to keep them isolated from the world. We just want to keep them isolated from the sick world. And that's by not taking them to Western countries, by not having them maybe taking so much Western media, Western movies, being around Western people that travel to their country. You know, that's how we trying to protect our women. So, you know, you don't got to go to North Korea or Iran to get that. A lot of countries have parameters in play already so that the women can still remain being healthy women.
Now, you know what? I do want to say something real quick.
Hold on, Strictly Travel. I see you keep commenting. Just call in, brother. I keep putting the link there for you. Just click that link and we'll let you in, okay? Yeah, go ahead, Willow.
No, I was just going to say that, you know what? Him saying that just remind me of something, because I know a friend that knows somebody who actually got a woman from Brazil and he brought her back to America, but he lived out in like a rural area. And he was dating her and he married her or whatnot. I'm not sure if they had any children, but he basically like kept her isolated. He didn't bring none of his friends around, none of his family around. And he basically treated her like as if it was in North Korea. And they way out in the rural area. This is nothing but acres of land and farm animals and everything like that. So, I mean, if you want to do that, then I guess that's an option, but
Right. Exactly.
Man.
And we got Strictly Travel in the building, so let's hear from Strictly Travel. So you were saying some stuff about keeping a woman isolated in North Korea and Iran. Why do you believe you have to take a woman all the way over there just for her to be isolated from Western filth?
Hey guys, how are you? Well, I'm talking from experience. I mean, I was born in the Congo, of course, you know, from Africa, and grew up in the States and traveled the whole world. So pretty much, I've been married 3 times. I mean, legally, and 5 times. I mean, twice. I mean, 2 annulled marriage. So it was total 5, with different from all 5 continents. And what I realized that as a whole, I have an ex from Ethiopia, from the United States, Dominican Republic, Russia, and Kyrgyzstan. And what I'm telling you is that what I've realized that if you keep them in that environment, it's okay. Once they leave the environment, those same women changed. I'm talking from experience, it happened to me, maybe just bad luck, but from my personal experience, that's how it's been. In my last one from Ethiopia, I thought it was going to be more conservative, but no, the exact same thing. Once you get them out of that that bubble, things change. It's unfortunate. I mean, and that's what I've realized, though. So that's talk about from experience. Unless you go to it's like Iran, because I've been there, and you keep them there, then it's a controlled environment. But once you leave them, and once they leave that controlled environment, it's like being captivity. Once they leave captivity, they change, they switch on you. That's what I realized, though. So
let me ask you a question real quick.
Sure.
Strictly travel. And I want you to tell me like generally.
Sure.
You said you're from the Congo and you was
from
born in the States? You was born in the States?
I was born in the Congo and then went to college in the States and spent about 20 years there, then left. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. My question to you is, generally speaking, how do the men, well, first of all, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 52.
You 52 or 62?
52.
Okay. So you're Generation X. Okay, from the men from your generation, how do they normally date in the Congo? Like they're women.
Well, the Congo is pretty much like the United States. The difference where the parents are more involved in the early stage of dating, because the dating concept in the Congo, it's eventually lead to marriage. So they take this thing seriously. So usually families know each other. I mean, at least there's some type of interaction between the mom and the future bride or whatever it is. And, so it's more, treasure take it more seriously. So things have changed now, I went back, things have changed, but you still have those conservative system where, because usually people live at home with their parents until they get married. So parents are always involved into the relationship. So it's more, it's what I said, it's more
traditional.
It's more traditional. Yeah. Put it this way.
Got you. Okay. Now, my next question is because this is going to really give a lot of context. The women that you've dated and the women that you've married, were they in your age bracket or were they significantly younger than you with at least like 5 to 10 plus years?
No, the first one was the exact same age. We were like a month apart. And then the second one was older. That was exactly. And then the third one also. And then my fourth one was 6 years younger. And then the last one is actually 16 years younger. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's been arranged.
Okay. Now let me say something to you real quick, right? Because I don't know you, but I've gathered just a little bit of information to go somewhere with this. Now, you as the man, you're the leader, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. Is it because you've been married 3 times, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, is it just possible that you just didn't vet the women correctly?
Well, I would say that in that I would agree with you because initially kind of went rather quick. It was like pretty much you guys mentioning Auston. I remember my wife from the DR. We met in August. We married in October. So that kind of thing. So of course I didn't vet them properly. But the issue wasn't really that she was. Yeah, but the issue wasn't she wasn't a good woman. That's not what it was. You've said something interesting. You don't even want the woman to speak the language. The problem is I didn't speak Spanish initially. That was in the early 2000s, 2004. I didn't speak Spanish. Therefore, we were more busy trying to understand each other. So I didn't get a chance. I was trying to pretty much, I mean, so there's no discussion at the time. So you don't get a chance to know the person because you can't argue in a language or discuss in a language you don't know. And at the time, we didn't have any Google Translator, so it was difficult. So by the time I knew her, it was too late. I realized that she was pregnant, expecting a child, and so it was too late. I realized that I didn't know her properly, So that's why to be very careful as far as communication wise. So initially the main issue was communication.
Okay.
So because I mean I didn't speak the. Go ahead.
Is it safe to say that you move quite fast?
That is correct. Yeah. I mean, as a fact, I mean, she was. Let me tell you, it was more because she was a church-going person at the time. So to keep it within the church guidelines, she felt like we had to do it because that's pretty much. And then I looked at it. I'm like, analyze it. I said, well, at the time she was a college graduate, working. I'm like, well, she fits the profile, church going. I'm like, okay, well, why not? They were like, we're not compatible. So at the end, it was more. If we would have waited a little bit longer, most likely we wouldn't have gotten married. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, yeah.
So real quick, I want to drop some game on you real quick, and
sure.
Like traveltriberaw, you can chime in too real quick.
No, go ahead.
Now the thing about it is this: you mentioned, because I pay very close attention, and I'm really good at this, and just some constructive criticism, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Now you being an older gentleman, you got your ways about yourself, and you got your culture, and there's some things that's pretty much already fixed in you as far as, you being a seasoned man or whatnot, right? So my thing is this, and this is just an observation. When you say that you need to take these women and you need to completely isolate them, you're actually hustling backwards. Because the true way that you could tell that if your woman is going to be loyal to you is to after have her in the open, not saying that she could do whatever it is that she could do, but you have to see how your woman interacts with some of your friends, other males, whether that's your family, people that you keep around you, you know what I'm saying? Because you never should believe anything that people say, let alone a woman, but more so on what she responds to, how she responds. And I know this because I worked with a man from the Congo and a man from South Sudan. And, African men in general, they have a strong patriarch. So, they tend to be, forceful and, you know what I'm saying? Like really like heavy handed when it comes to like discipline and, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? But you did admit that you move fast and you didn't vet your woman. So basically you letting it be on autopilot. The most dangerous thing that you can be as a man is to be a passenger in your own vehicle, and you letting those women in the vehicle that you bought, driving you around, and you not intoxicated or anything, if you catch my drift. And I say this because like we all as men, we need these spaces, we need these conversations like that. And I don't know you, bro, but I would not like for you to end up in another situation, because you got to take your time, man. You absolutely got to take your time with these women and not put them all in a box, because it tells more about you than it is about them. And if they see that, or when they observe that and they catch that, they like, oh man, he like this or he's this way. I got to get away from him. You know what I'm saying? Like this, is any of this making sense? Is any of this resonating?
Yeah, what I meant by you have to keep them isolated, it was pretty much referring to the fact that the word is Westernized. There's no way you can keep the women.
I want to give me an example. Like your last relationship. Your last relationship. What did she do that was Westernized? What did she say? What was her mindset like?
Just like I mean, I didn't see any difference between my ex from Chicago and the one from Ethiopia. I mean, the difference is she was more matriarchal in a way where she was more feminine, cooking and stuff like that. But beside that, as far as going out, interacting, it just was so westernized. I didn't see any difference. I mean, it was like, okay. And I've dated a girl from Iran, the same thing. When she was in Iran, she was okay. But when we moved to Dubai, things changed. Then she became just like the rest of, so that's what I've seen as a tendency. Once they leave their environment, they have a tendency to adapt into the new environment.
I got a deeper question for you. Where are you meeting these? I got a deeper question for you. Where are you meeting these women at? And how are you meeting them?
It depends. Sometimes business meeting. Sometimes, my first one, I met her at. She was actually my cousin roommate in the DR. They had. They were sharing, live in the same apartment complex. They were both students, and then that's my second. My first one was I met her. We went to college together, in Washington, D.C. And after that, it was, I usually meet this woman in like business meeting and stuff because I travel a lot, so business meeting. And so, so it depends.
And let me just come in here real quick. So you said that one of the women, you met her in Chicago, or what was the one from Chicago?
That was actually, she was from Chicago, but I met her in Washington, D.C. We went to college together.
Okay, so that was the first one, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then the second one, you said you met her in, was it Ethiopia, and you moved her to Dubai?
No, the second one I met her in actually in the DR, and she was actually she was a cousin of mine. I was doing an interchange program, and they were actually neighbors. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so and then where did you move her to?
Well, then I moved her to Chile initially, because I was working in Chile. Then we moved to the States. Then we moved back again. Then we moved to Dubai.
Okay, and then the third woman, that was the Ethiopian one, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then where did she started in Ethiopia? You met her in Ethiopia, and then
that one I met her. I met her in no. Actually, I met her. The third one I met her in Dubai, and she was from Ethiopia. And the fourth one I wasn't married with her. That was the girl I was dating. She was actually, I met her in Iran and brought her to Dubai, and it was the exact same thing. That's what I meant by that. Yeah.
Okay, so two of the wives you was with them in Dubai, and then one of them you met them in America, right?
Yeah, that's where in the mid 90s, 95. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm recounting what you said in the comments, because when you had mentioned that if you want to keep your woman isolated, you have to go to North Korea or Iran. But in your examples with your wives, you took them or met them in an extremely westernized country, and that already, I would say that somebody that's lived in these countries, whether it's Dubai or America, already is going to be having some mental disorder as it pertains to being a healthy, wife, somebody that's going to assist you in legacy building. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because, these are some very Western countries. You said, man, me personally, I mean, I never deal with a woman seriously in any of these countries. And if I did find a woman, she would have to come with me to Africa. We would have to get her out of this environment and take her to an environment that's more healthy. So that's all I was saying earlier. So what's your thoughts on that, though? I mean, the countries that you ended up with these ladies, would you say that environment had a part to play in, their mental health?
That is correct. That's what I'm saying. I mean, unless you live them in that controlled environment, they're gonna suffer. Like I said, they're gonna adapt to the new one, because that's what I've realized. Like, for instance, I was in the Congo like 2 years ago. Going back there, I was surprised to see that they were. I mean, now it's so easy to travel that everybody travel back and forth to Dubai, then they go to Paris, then they go to Belgium. So now it's been, I mean, taking consideration that Congo was colonized. I mean, they gained the independence in 1960. So you have a big Western influence in the Congo. So to find a Congolese girl that who haven't been exposed to the West, you have to go to like literally to villages, and even that you have to be careful with that because nowadays you'd be surprised. I mean, it's just like it just feels like being in Colombia, just being in DR. There's no difference. I mean, they ain't that money hungry. They're into fashion. They're into restaurant. They're into expensive stuff. So things have changed a lot. It's not the traditional women that I know when growing up. They were totally different. The new generation. I was like, wow. I mean, where are we going? I mean, I was surprised to see that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue. I was going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that. I was there. I was literally surprised. I was like, wow, this is not the Africa, the Congo left. I mean, they are so westernized. Well, before it wasn't like that. We need to understand that it's so cheap so every single Congolese woman, if they can get the visa to go to Europe, what they do, they will go to Dubai, and then Dubai it's a melting pot. So they get exposed to that. So they have that big Western influence in the DRC, and it's very. I mean, I was surprised to see that. I mean, you got clubs everywhere. I mean, there's champagne everywhere. Everybody's is pretty much it's about showing off. And I felt like I was just in a different city. I felt like someplace. I felt like I was in Atlanta, Georgia. So I was like, there's no difference. I mean, I don't see it like before. It was like, okay, I remember growing up, I was like, okay, you meet the girl, you meet the parent, so you know where you're going to. I mean, but now it was like, like a single mother everywhere. Like in my time, it was, I mean, growing up, you wouldn't see that. It was like taboo. But now, lots of single mother. I mean, you're like, wow. I mean, it's. I was surprised.
I guess I'm just wondering real quick back to your initial statement. You said, you would have to move them to either Iran or North Korea. I'm like, why even there? Because, really, if you get your woman and move her just outside of the major cities in a lot of these African countries, the environment is still more welcoming and more healthy for your woman's mentality than, any of these Western countries. So, me and Willow, we was talking about, moving a woman into one of these environments on the outskirts. We're not talking about keeping them in the city where things are going down, So yeah, why so extreme? That's what I guess I'm wondering. Why so extreme?
No, I so extreme because I never been to North Korea, but I've been in Iran, and I was there for 2 months. And believe me, there you don't have to worry about anything. Literally, I mean, because it's such a controlled environment where, I mean, you come home and dinner is ready. Before you go to work, breakfast is ready. So you felt that traditional living because everybody lives that way. So it feels.
I've been all around Africa, and I say that these African women, they have parameters to keep them from being, city girls. I mean, a lot of these women, they might even be in their mid-20s or late 30s. They live with their parents. You're from the Congo, so it's very common for the ladies to live with their parents for quite some time, or their father or whatever, just for quite some time. So, there's really if you marry a woman and, you keep her inside of her major city, or not a major city, but you keep her inside the area that she grew up, or maybe even a little bit somewhere else. Kenya's a big country too. I'm not saying keep a woman in Naivasha. You can take a woman to the outskirts of Mombasa and still have a very feminine woman, and she would still have to answer to her parents if she does anything foolish, and the laws in the country are still pro-men. So I'm just like, you wouldn't have to go all the way to Iran or North Korea to instill those values inside of your woman, right?
I mean, yeah, I agree. That was kind of sarcasm. I wasn't being like what I meant by that. I mean, you have to put them in a specific controlled environment in order for them to be to be a stain. That's what I meant by that. Otherwise, if they get to those big city, to those like that's why I gave the example of the DRC. What I've seen, I was also in South Africa. I've seen it. I've been in Kenya. All those big cities are the same. And so I don't know where you guys are based out of right now, but unfortunately, the nature of my work requires me to travel a lot. So therefore, I mean, and I'm always in big cities, and that could be, that's kind of
there it is.
Right.
Yeah. So I travel a lot. I'm into the financial field, investment. So I've always, today I'm in Singapore, tomorrow I'm in Hong Kong, and then I'm in Dubai, then I'm in UK. Sure.
I got a question. The women that you meet, do they know or have an idea that you or how much money you make?
Because of the setting in which I meet them, the first one, the only one, yes, they do. I've realized that they do.
Okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. Now,
they do.
when you engage with these women, because you're constantly moving, you're constantly, and you're not stationary. You're in different places at multiple times. So, what do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah, honestly, right now, what do you want?
No, I mean, right now, I just want like a peace of mind, because, I've been running around for quite some time, I'm trying to meet that person compatible with who I can actually just chill without too many headache. I mean, and it's been, it's been difficult. It's like, well, what, so it's, I've met them everywhere, but then, then you realize that there's no substance. I mean, so so maybe I need to go back to the basics. I don't know. I'm trying to, I've been trying to, then once you find because here's the thing though, I'm 52. So if usually a woman who's 35, she's already set in her ways. So then you have to look at younger one. And then if you're younger one, like 20, 25, then it's too young. And, then you are training someone. So I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy.
The solution is actually within you.
Explain that.
The solution is within you. You say peace of mind. Do you want to continue to be single, or do you want to settle down and be with multiple women, one woman? Like that's why I asked you. Like,
no. Right now, I just want one because I just want to be able to it's because sometimes you get home, it's just you, and it's you get tempted, and that's when you start making calls. You go out, and then you get into more trouble, and then when you go back, you realize that it's that emptiness. Then it become a constant. It became a habit. Then you're like, okay, well, but it's really good that you come home to have that person's waiting for you, that special person, And
so that solution
I'm telling you,
so that solution is within you. And I'm about to explain what I mean by this.
Sure.
You're gonna have to transform your situation and or make time to do the opposite, to meet women the opposite way that you've been doing. All these big cities and everything, that's cool, but obviously you're not getting the results that are in your favor. So you're gonna have to do the complete opposite when it comes to meeting women. And number one, number two, you got to take your time. You got to vet. If you have intentions on taking a woman serious at any point in your life, you're going to really have to dig in within you, because it all starts with you. You're the man, you're the leader. You got to be the one to influence them. And to the point where the outside world doesn't have much effect. You know what I'm saying? But I get your overall sentiment though.
And And he also should also, when you're dealing with women in, the country that you're meeting them in, taking them to another Western country maybe might not help their, mental health. I'm big on mental health. I'm big on people, picking up bad habits, but I do believe in unlearning, but that takes a lot of work. But I also believe that, you know, these Western countries are no good for women. It's a toxic environment. So taking them from a country like, America and bringing them, to maybe Dubai or, whether you're meeting them in Ethiopia or Dominican Republic, wherever you're meeting them and then taking them to a Western country, that's, counterproductive to what you're looking for. If you're looking for something serious, because this is going to keep happening, in any relationship, you know, just dealing with women inside of the West or taking them to Western countries. This will happen in any relationship. So, I agree with Willow's points too, but add on top of that as well, these Western countries and the influence will really ruin these women too. So that breakup divorce stuff, that's going to keep happening as long as you're in these countries that allow it. If you want something serious, you have to be into a country that's serious about real family dynamics and legacy building, not families that are not countries that are okay with, tearing down the family and being counter legacy, So I would agree.
You know what? I never, when I'm looking back, kind of do sort of introspection. Things change once they start traveling. I realized that. Yep. Looking
What does that
back.
look like?
Yeah, because yeah, you're right. Because when so when you're so busy traveling, sometimes I don't have the time to see. As a matter of fact, your stream you just came to my algorithm. I'm like, I've never seen this, and then kind of start listening to it, and that's the first time I have serious conversation about this topic. And I've never realized that that's, it's like I never got the chance to really sit down and analyze that, which is the fact. Once they started to travel, that's when things started to go south.
But you know what though? That tells you a lot about you too. Because if you got standards and you got certain situations where you won't tolerate certain behaviors and certain behaviors and ways that you being treated, then there will be no such thing. There will be no such thing as it got bad and it went from bad to worse. No, if you really value yourself as a man and you truly love yourself, friends, family, peers, businesses, women, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, nah, You allowed that to go down. You allowed it to, because you festered in it. And it got to the
point. I recall you even mentioning earlier too, not that, this isn't understandable. A lot of people in a lot of these countries believe, I believe you said going back and forth or, sometimes there would be slight arguing or certain back and forth issues with the woman. And in these Western countries, that's normalized here. The dynamic that I want for my life as a man is not going to have any woman arguing with me. So like Willow said, if you're allowing a woman to, tell you how it's going to be or like go back and forth with you, that's not what you're looking for, and you sound articulate enough to understand, you sound intelligent. Some brothers, they going to be in this repetitive nature of being with toxic chicks or, going, to woman, but it sounds like you can get what you want if you, change the environment and change the mentality.
No, I agree. And like I said, it's the energy and time I put in because I'm always busy traveling. It's a business meeting here and there. And then I have a tendency of neglecting the emotional aspect. And once I decide to sit down and kind of stay for a longer period of time, and that's when I realize that the person I'm with, I just don't know the person. You realize that I'm with a total stranger because I didn't get a chance to really nurture the relationship. Kind of has always been a fast pace, and then so yeah, I agree. Makes lots of sense.
You can get what you want, brother. You just gotta vet them, man. Like Willow said too. That's a good point. Vetting them longer, taking your time because this is somebody that's gonna carry your legacy. So you know, vetting them is very important. And you know, I think any man can get what they're looking for. It's really about just finding the right one, and vetting. Vetting is super important. Like, you got to know that, and don't just vet her social media presence, vet her family, vet her dog, vet her environment. You got to vet everybody to know if this is going to be the right person for you in the long run. You know, especially when it comes to something as a legacy. You know, let me give it back to Willow, and then we gonna go ahead and listen to some more of Auston Hollerman. You know, just to see if this woman is wife and material. What you think so far, Strictly Travel? This woman on the screen, have you been seeing the videos with her? A lot of people have been telling me, oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I've seen I've watched Auston, and he's moving fast.
Okay.
And I can see when I see Auston, it reminds me of my younger years. And then so he's Austin 26 now, 27 I believe, and then I meet this charming woman. Then she's ready to. I mean, she actually moved in with him, which is because they live together, and then at least I know at one time they were sharing an apartment when they were in Namibia. So that's what I could see, and it's quite unusual in Africa. When a girl moves in with you, means she has too much liberty in her hand, too much freedom, and that could be a problem, because it's not typical where the mother or dad will accept that. Okay, well, you can actually sleep over your boyfriend's house unless she's totally independent. Then it's a different story, which also could be an issue if she lives by herself. I don't know all the details about her. I don't know if she lives with her parents. I don't know what it is, or the parents, a German guy that was there then was with the mom, then left. I don't know all the details, but what I see a woman whose dad is not around. That's what I could see, and she has it's more a mother influence that play a role, because it's typical of those mixed breed in Africa. We have them in the Congo as well, where the majority of the time the dad doesn't even live in. He was in the country for a short time, met the mom and had a kid and left. And I think that's what it seems like to me. So he has to be very, very careful. I mean, when I see her, she's very articulate. She's well spoken, and to me, she's just too. To me, it's going to what it was running from the West. That's what I think. It never left. To me, I mean, as far as being with her, to me, it never left the West. She's attractive and everything, but what I see, it's just a Western woman in a different environment. That's what I see. I mean, I don't see any difference. I mean, she just and time will tell. But that's my first impression when I look at her.
Right. And do you know what video that is where she moved in to his place?
Yeah, I remember that was when they were in Namibia initially, and she was cooking. They were live actually. She just came from the store and she was cooking, and she lives. They live together, and it seems like he had, because think about it, Auston. How long Auston was in Namibia? Maybe a month.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. I also have been kind of messing up. I ain't really been watching his content too much.
I remember Auston left Kenya, and then he met her within 3 or 4 days, and it was full love. And I'm telling you. And then I was like, that's kind of weird. It was kind of quick, because I'm not sure how is the Namibian culture. But I know, for instance, in the Dominican Republic, when a woman is 25, she feels like she has to be married. She feels like it's time for her to have children. So it's, I'm not sure it's the same. So it could be that she feels like, that it's time for her to settle down, and she's rushing as much as he is, or she's looking for some type of security or some type of, I'm not sure. But I was kind of shocked to see that she had moved in with him, and he was they were like full in love. I was like, well, that's kind of quick. And I could see
But
the same
go ahead,
thing
bro.
when I first met my wife in the day. It was the exact same thing. He loves nice and dandy. The difference is it's the language barrier. You know, at least they spoke the same language, but in my case, I didn't. So yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say this real quick. Even because I don't know her, I don't really watch them together. You know what I'm saying? Well, my thing is, you know, him being able to actually take his time with this, that's the one thing I'm proud of him for. That he ain't just, because one thing about it, I'm gonna tell you this. Any woman, you should feel some type of way if she's not clingy, she doesn't want to be. The fact that she wanted to move in and like do all that real quick, that lets you know something. You know what I'm saying? She actually still got a part of her soul. Like the women that's the dysfunctional, the ones like the worst of the worst, those are the ones you got to really keep your eye on even more, because they don't have a reaction. They don't have an emotional attachment because they burnt out. They ran through. You know, a woman that, let me tell you something, man. You know how much, because certain dudes ain't gonna really admit it, but I tell you straight up like this, like a young OG. The fact of the matter is, I'd rather entertain the fact that possibly this woman still got a bit of her soul and her spirit left, because she should want to move me in. She should want to go with me the first day that she meet me. She should want to do all these other things. But my thing is, I have to be the one to allow her to do that. You know what I'm saying? She got to qualify for certain positions. She got to qualify for certain positions.
I just want to say real quick, the only red flag I've seen so far in her is this little butterfly, little pendant in her hair, boy. I'm telling you, these butterfly chicks, man. These butterfly chicks, boy. I'm telling you, man. It might be the trauma, y'all. It might be the trauma, but these chicks, man, like a butterfly. That's why they all getting that tattoo. For anybody that don't know in the comments, if you see a lady with the tattoo butterfly in America, usually it means I was in a cocoon. Now I'm free to be who I want to be, and that means free to take loads of whatever, you know. But I'm not saying that's what this chick. I'm thinking that's the trauma, y'all. I'm saying
that's funny. No, that's a very underrated observation though, Raw, because of the fact that now that I think about it, it does resonate a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, she seems like, for what I've seen, I mean, I know she works at the radio station, and so, I mean, but I just don't know her background, the family background. I have no clue. But for what I've seen so far, I mean, I was just surprised that she kind of moved rather quick. But then I'm like, Namibia, they got, they up to early 90s, they were still they were still Dutch, I believe, or German, I can't remember. So it's recent. So Namibia, even in South Africa, but it's one of the latest, the last country to gain independence, I believe, was in 1990, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been only independent for the past 34 years. So they still have that Western influence. So mixed with Africans. So I don't know. Maybe, what I've seen so far, so good. But I don't know. I'll just time will tell.
I will agree though, if she really did move into bro house, I get what you're saying. But you know, these videos and social media, it's kind of hard to know if did she just come to visit, and maybe she came the next day. Like, did she sleep in the bed on camera? Like, you know, and then like, oh, I'm sleeping over, I'm in my PJs, like, you know, because then that would be a little bit different. But I do know what you mean by that. I'm not even talking about Austin Jordan right now. I'm just talking about in general, women in Africa that can have that freedom. You know, yeah, you know, you do got to watch out for that. I will give you a credit for that, because that is true. Any chick in Africa that like, oh, she free to just kind of, you know, go wherever she want, when she want. You know, I'm telling you, I met the best women that still live with their moms, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Oh, those are the best, I'm telling you.
With their mom, you know, so.
Yes,
it's nice like that when they grown, but they still live with their mom and dad, preferably, because you know that the dad not playing that. and they got two
Yeah.
parents in the house that's telling them, like, constantly telling the daughter what she need to do, and the mom telling the daughter what she need to do. It keeps her mentally in that mode of wife. Sometimes when it's just the mom too, there might even be some issues where the mom is teaching the woman that, oh, your dad is just a bad person, and men suck, do what you want to do, be free as a bird, like a butterfly, all this stuff. So, but hey, if maybe, it might have just been some social media stuff and it looked like they was living together.
Could
because
be.
I can't find no videos,
Yeah, that's true. I forgot where you guys are. What part are you guys in the state or
I'm in the
I'm
States.
Cali, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You say you in Cali, Raw.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm in Cleveland, bro.
Okay, where in Cali?
I'm LA all day, Los Angeles.
Okay, I used to live in Pasadena.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so you're making good money then, huh?
I used to. That was LA. That's
I
nice.
travel so often, man. I'm all around in the States, though, for real. My next stop is actually New York, so that's gonna be real nice.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm assuming that you guys are single, right?
I am a single man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Those good old days that No, I mean, I know when I'm by single that not married by that. Yeah. So you guys are in your early 30s?
I'm most definitely single though. I really have a thing for like picking the right woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman that's gonna represent me well.
That is important. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not playing this game. I don't claim none of these chicks until they, actually actually they, do what's right, do what's needed. You know what I'm saying? And it's
that is
possible.
correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here go the video that you were saying. Here go.
Let me see.
And dude shirtless. Oh man. But no, I'm just playing. It might just be, they just in the kitchen cooking. She might not be spending the night. Yeah, let's fast forward. At least she cooking for real though,
Oh yeah, no, she's that part. I mean, she's very feminine, definitely. Very feminine.
It's a nice apartment for real. Damn, that shit kind of cool. I can mess with it. There's no windows though. That's kind of throwing me off. There we go. There go the windows. Okay. Yeah.
I was like, hold on, don't do it yet. I'm pretty sure it's gonna pull up. But no, though, like I'm proud of him because like on some real shit too. I wasn't even gonna say this, but fuck it. I think too that he's not only rebranding himself, but the fact that he's already made it clear that he doesn't associate with quote unquote passport bros or whatever. I think because of that, he's doing what he can to be able to protect his image too, especially with all the BS that happened with like Kenya and like the negative stigmatisms that was attached to him and his brand. So I think too that this is genuine, but at the same time too, I think he's using this to be able to, use this like as a setup to clear his image a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's looking cool though. It's looking cool for him. But no, I can't really say too much because it looked like maybe she stayed the night or something like that. I don't know how long they've been talking. I don't know too much of the info. You guys probably know more than me, but I will say that if a woman does have too much freedom though, that is, what some would consider to be a red flag, no cap. And actually
no, you gotta stay with your parents. When I meet you, you gotta still living with your parents.
Right.
You gotta see that healthy relationship all the way up and all up until when I take you up out of there. I need to see your mother.
That is correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct,
I need to see your mother revere her husband, and you know what I'm saying, your dad adore his, your mom. You know what I mean? Like I need to see a healthy, like obvious connection where it's like, okay, now this has the likelihood of this. You know what I'm saying? I need to see that because I need to see how you actually live.
And also the influence. the curfew as well. When they
Oh,
live with their
hell
parents, when they live with their parents, they can't go to the club all night because the dads be knowing what be going on in the club and the moms be knowing too.
Yup.
So you can't.
Yep.
I love when a woman tell me, "Oh, she got a curfew." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." You know, a grown woman with a curfew is like music to my ears. I'm like, "Finally, it's beautiful," because you know she got to be home. It's like the purity just in like that Cinderella movie when she knew that the clock hit this time, I gotta get back home, man. They take it seriously.
Right.
Like, oh man, I gotta go. Yeah, no sleeping over the house, getting blackout drunk, and then now you trying to rebrand yourself to me, telling me that you're just an innocent woman, all this.
Because they'll still get their helmets, slapped off.
Right. That's what I like, man. I like when they moms and really put them on, that serious timing for real. The African parents, man, that's what I'm saying. The environment in Africa is so much more healthy than a lot of these Western countries. And you can really just take a woman that's inside of it doesn't even have to be a rural area, just on the outskirts of the city. You can find good women all throughout Africa though, but if you go to the outskirts, there's an untapped market that I feel like a lot of brothers ain't even seen yet, like just with women outside of the city, but you have to not really live in luxury. You can't be having these nice penthouses that are like $500 a month. You might have to pay, $200 for a decent studio apartment, but it's worth it because now you're around these beautiful feminine women that, and there's barely any clubs in these cities. Man, I've been all around these African countries, but I'm telling you, like, they be having like these little pockets where there's not even no clubs in the city. So all the women able to do is basically go on their phones and, they be texting their homegirls and, oh yeah, let's sit in the house and watch a movie together, girl. Let's, just walk around the neighborhood and just, go to the church and stuff. I don't know. There's not much to do, and they better that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and one of the secrets too, I realized why a lot of women on the outskirts of these major cities are better is because they power be going out more and they don't be having enough money to buy data all the time. And when you don't have your power consistently and data on your phone consistently, that means you take in less Western filth. You take in less. These chicks in these major cities, they all day long. Mind control. How to be the worst woman possible. City girl, bad babe, I'm body, all this stuff. But when you go to the outskirts, they don't be having access like that. And when they do get data, they're going to use it for something important like their job or something, and not all ladies on the outskirts are pure, but I'm just saying there is a complete difference. Z in progress says, Austin did say he want to get married. Okay, well, cool, man. Hopefully he gets married, man, especially to this chick. She seemed like a cool joint for real. But before we close out, y'all got anything else to say, man? Check out the Patreon, link in description. Check out the Travel Tribe Raw Clips channel. That's brand new. I got a lot of great people assisting me. And check out my social medias as well, y'all. And I appreciate everybody for the cash apps, Willow for the super chat, Calvin for the super chat, and Winston for the earlier cash app. Appreciate all y'all. But yeah, let's close out with P Willow and Strictly Travel. You guys can go ahead and say whatever you need to say.
Hey, I just want to say this, man. It's an honor just to be among, men who share the same ideals. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you opening up your platform. You know what I mean? It's great. It's great to be amongst the brotherhood. You know what I mean? And hey, man, this year is kicking off to a great start. I look forward to linking up with y'all and actually chop it up on a real tip. So, I'm it's gonna be one hell of a year, man. You know what I mean? So peace to the gods, man. Peace to the gods.
Right, most definitely. And you're part of the tribe, Willow, so I appreciate you for coming on. And then Strictly Travel, if you have anything to say before we close out, go ahead and we're gonna get up out of here.
Well, thanks for having me. A great insight. I mean, like we said, let's keep this dynamic going. So you just get a subscriber. I really like your content, so I'm gonna participate more often. And then thanks one more time.
Oh yeah, no problem. All right, y'all. Until next time, stay raw, stay real. You already know, deal. We gone. Holla.